Hey, stop manifesting the weirdness in the Google Forms replies, okay? Just enjoy coconuts, okay? I'm not congested. Stop. You're just making fun of my voice. I'm not congested. All right, you guys. Anyways, what's up? Starting stream 8 minutes before the show I was watching ended. Yeah. How do you guys feel about this? This new not going live at the top of the hour thing. I've been going like live 6, 7 minutes early every time. What do you guys think? I'll send the Google form sheet. It's Skeezy Situations Valentine's Day edition. We've done one of these before on Valentine's Day. I think we've done two or three of these. Just give me your romance, dating, love related questions. Um, I'm not having any mods screen them, so if you write some stupid stuff, I will see them, and I will say, ugh, skip. So that's what you guys are aiming for. Mike's low. Guys, I don't actually think the mic is low this time. I'm almost certain this time it's the audio was super loud, but I'll check. How's America's paper cut? We talk about it on the podcast today. It'll be uploaded immediately after. Audio's fine. Okay. Good. Hair's looking great. Thank you. Dude, I think I look so much better without a mustache. Can I be honest? I think the non mushroom mustache truthers are correct. I regret to inform you guys. Also, tomorrow I'm departing for a special boy's birthday. So that'll be fun. It's a long drive. I'll be live streaming the whole thing and reading chat. Should be a good time. And Jag, yeah. Is the right form? Yeah, it is good. Can't wait for the explanation why America isn't on the podcast. That's rude. Don't assume things. What does America think? That's the real opinion. What does America think about what? Is that a mattress? Matt was here. If you guys know that, he left yesterday. I have just yet to put away the air mattress. Miss you too, Molly. How you doing? Oh, the mustache. Doesn't matter. Hey, I'm my own man. I make my own decisions. The good thing is, the mustache is never truly gone. It's just hibernating. It'll be back. You can still see it. Still something there. You've been kicked out of the bed again? Actually, I kicked America out of the bed. She's been disciplined. How's the storm? We haven't had it yet. I hope the storm doesn't, like, if the roads are icy tomorrow, I'm not driving. So we'll see. I only watched David's winning season on Survivor Australia. And a little bit of his first season with Luke. The Pia season. I just know so much soda is being drank right now. It's all diet and Coke Zero these days, though. I'll tell you what, I will never drink, like, not diet Coke again. There's no reason to drink normal Coke. It doesn't make me feel better. I like it a little bit more, but not really. Aubrey, thank you for the 12 months. I forgot Aubrey. You're right. Guys, I've been feeling down recently. It's been tough. Just, you know. It was worth a try. Are you going to RHAP in Boston? I don't think so. But I did want to go to Boston because it's an interesting city to me. And I would like to learn more about the city. Anyways. Fishing for subs like Mike Bloom fishes for likes. That's Snake. The law school stuff's actually pissing me off because decisions are so late. They're so late. No, it's not Harvard. It's not Harvard. Stop. Don't even put that out there. But like the decisions are coming in so late. Also, Harvard's not in Boston. It's in like Cambridge, Massachusetts. Can't get into Poppy. Tastes like fart from a butt. I think Poppy tastes great. But when you have like 4 of them in one night, you do a lot more than farting from the butt. Did you see Riley's wild IG story about Nashville? No, but I want to look at it right now. Let's see what Riley's got cooking. Just stuck in the storm. I can't listen to the audio right now just because obvious reasons. But did she have like a bad experience? She almost got kidnapped. Okay. No, I'll look into it after. I'll probably text her about it too. But the America's had that experience where, like she's walking and then like people like roll down the windows and like catcall. You know. Someone following her in the grocery store. She probably goes to the same grocery store as me. I think she does. We've talked about this. But that's insane, yeah. She was in Whole Foods, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's insane. I mean, I think... I'm trying to think. I feel like Nashville is like a safer-ish city, but it's still a city. It also is totally dependent on who you are. Like being a guy in a city is a lot easier than being a girl. Also being white in Nashville is easier than not being white, which is the case in every city, but like especially Nashville. It's not exactly the most demographically diverse city in the U.S. There was a man walking behind America in one of her sub stories, and it was so scary. You're not talking about me, right? Harvard's like a 3-minute drive from Fenway. Perfect. Get it in between classes. Brilliant punchline if she was, literally. When she was going to get lashes. That wasn't that long ago. We have 30 responses for Skeezy situations. We'll start diving in about 3-4 minutes. I've been addicted to Balatro. That's where I've spent all my time. Google form, it's pinned, Jane. It's pinned. I'll start combing through responses. Not enough Roblox lately was one of these, and I do agree. You guys are saying some crazy shit. Y'all are clowns. You're right. Why are we sitting awkwardly in silence? So many stupid ass answers. All right, let's start going. Okay, all right. We've screened, and we'll see. You guys can hear me now, I'm sure. Okay, all right. Well, let's do this thing. Skeezy situations, and yeah, there were some weird responses. There were a few, but that's because you guys manifested them. We all act like it's these trolls from these other fan bases. No. I know that was you, Mountain Doofus, in between your statistical analysis. I know that was you, Killiam. Bastard. Okay, well, all right, guys, can you can you read this? Guys, what do you think? What do you guys think? It's a tough one, for sure. All right. Let's go up here. I'll do this seems big enough to me. Okay. All right. I had plans to go out with two friends for my birthday. One of them asked if we could reschedule to 2 weeks later because she accidentally scheduled a first date for the same day. She's already rescheduled with this person once before and thinks doing it again will send a bad message. She doesn't date much, and I do want to support her, but am I the asshole for being a little mad? I don't think you're the asshole for being a little mad. I think that's the normal response. Specifically, being a little mad. I think being super mad is kind of weird just because it's only you and two friends going out for your birthday. And, like, that's pretty easy to reorganize. There's just three of you. You know, if it was like a big thing and they're asking you to reschedule, that would be annoying. Top left is better. Nah, I want to block my extensions. Not a huge deal, and if especially because your friend doesn't date recently and she's asking to reschedule for this, like I would just be a little bit mad and then move on with your life and have fun the next time. I think you're fine. I don't know why it's 2 weeks. Maybe you guys are just really busy. But this is one of those things where, like, if you're only going out with your two friends for your birthday, don't do it without one of them because it's like that's 50% of the people you invited. So just be a little bit mad, submit a Google form, watch my stream, and then have the birthday a little bit later. It's my advice. Yeah, also celebrating the actual day no one cares about. I'm in a happy 3-year relationship. I don't need your help, but the Portland Trailblazers might. Please give our struggling franchise a 5-year plan. I think you guys are doing well. I think you guys are young. You guys defend really well. You guys are getting better. I think you just make sure you don't become too good yet. Have like 2 or 3 more tanking years, and you guys are going to have like a Houston Rockets style team. How did you in America celebrate Valentine's Day? We went and had a very nice dinner. It was very cute. I got steak. We got the tachos. This place called Mockingbird, Nashville. I got the tachos. I got the Soul Purpose. She got some sort of like pork schnitzel. It was good. America just posted. That's what she does. So we went to dinner, came back, watched TVD, nothing crazy. I didn't get her the Angel Reese meal, no. I haven't been to McDonald's in a while. But yeah, that's what we've done. Scoot's going to be good. He'll be okay. Galentine's Day is greater than Valentine's. Also, I want to get a train ran on me by the hot brothers from White Lotus. So I'm not in on the lore of White Lotus Season 3. I've seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't started Season 3 yet. I have heard there's siblings who you guys want to have sex, you guys specifically, and there's hot brothers. Are these the same people, I assume? These have to be the same people, right? So, Galentine's Day is greater than Valentine's. I hate to break it to you, it seems like you want Valentine's Day, not Galentine's Day. Just based on the parentheses. People want to watch the siblings have sex, is what I've heard. That's the rumors. Not in my house of worship. That's the rumor. My girlfriend is leaving the country for a few months and will have very limited communication. Any advice? I don't know why you would have limited communication unless she's like in a country where there's no service. It's kind of an odd situation. My advice, I guess, in that case would just be like find hobbies, find new hobbies, lean into your old hobbies, do what you can to stay not degenerate, like waking up and going to the gym and stuff. But as much as you might miss that person, there's like things to enjoy about it. Like solitude is a fun thing sometimes. Just make sure you don't like become a gremlin in your cave. That's my advice. Clean your apartment. Like cleaning, listen to a podcast. It's a vibe. Would you pick up an ex from jail? Would I pick up an ex from jail? I don't think so. I mean, in a vacuum, maybe, depending on how long I was with that person. Like, if I was, like, married with kids and then, like, we got divorced and my ex wife needed me to pick her up from jail, I'd probably get her. You know what I mean? But if it was just, like, right now, my ex called me and was like, pick me up from jail, I'd be like, why are you calling me? But I also don't have, like, any exes that would make sense for. Yeah, I know Blue posted about this kind of thing. So, I think I would in some circumstances, but I don't know. What did you and America get each other for Valentine's Day? Both of ours are still in the mail. We're both really bad at this kind of thing. Both procrastinate, and then we like make sure that we're both procrastinating the same amount. Right? Like we'd feel bad if one of us got a gift and the other one didn't at this time, so we make sure to line up our gifts. But we will tell you the minute that we have the real answer. Blue had an ex in jail. Wow. I'm always curious how many of Blue's stories are real. Because, like, on one hand, I think Blue's a very interesting person who does interesting stuff, so I could see all her stories being real. But also, she's a hardcore, like, knows how influencing works. So I'm sure, like, all the stories are hella embellished. She also got in Big Brother, which means she probably is good at embellishing stories. So it's probably just a mix, right? But yeah, we'll keep you posted. Is it worth it to go back to a situationship you liked but thought was a little annoying and don't trust very much? Do you just need to hear this out loud? Do you mean I'll just read you the question again, okay? Is it worth it to go back to a situationship you liked but thought was a little annoying and don't trust very much? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good idea. It's a good, yeah. Suggest creative date ideas for my boyfriend. Caveats: he hates going anywhere with people, and we both hate spending money, and I'm in an expensive city. Okay. So, I think a lot of your creative date ideas would be in the house activities of like maybe you both paint portraits of yourself. You get two little easels and two little canvases and sit across from each other, drawing each other's faces, drinking like wine. That's a cute idea. That's pretty good. What do you guys think? I like that idea. Free museums? It's not a creative date idea. You could also do the MasterChef Mystery Box Challenge. You guys give each other ingredients. You got to cook a meal for each other. That's cute. Stuff you can do outside the house. I mean, picnics are fun. I think it'd be fun doing a snow picnic. You get really bundled up with a little fire. Probably is miserable in practice, but it sounds cute. Adopt a dog. It's an option. It's certainly something you could do. I don't know how that would be a date, but you could do it. Movie dates. Movie dates are not that expensive. Sneak snacks in. Should be fine. Adopt a chinchilla. Okay. You guys, yeah, I think these are good ideas. I think you should do my portrait idea. I think that's the best idea we've come up with. Alternative, you go to Target and get those like young kids science kits or like magic kits. Teach each other magic tricks. This is a good idea. I did a good job here. Will you wait for America to come back before choosing a law school? Obviously, there's nowhere for America to come back from. But in general, law school decisions are like April. Like mid-April is when I have to make that call, like put in my deposits. Which is very interesting. When you submit your applications, it's supposed to be 6 to 8 weeks before you hear back, which that's passed. It's apparently a really, really slow cycle for whatever reason. So like it's kind of odd, but I mid-April is usually when you make the choice, and you can get off wait lists as late as like July, August, but I don't think that's my path. I'd be surprised. How many results did you get out of 20? I think I got 6, 5, yeah, 6 out of like 21, 22. So there's a lot left. We don't go to Target anymore. What did Target do? What did Target do? This is so sad. I can't lose Target. They got rid of DEI. You guys got to get ready for literally every company, every big company to get rid of DEI. Get rid of DEI. It's literally everyone is just scared of Trump acting against them. It's like Mark Zuckerberg has become like a anti-woke guy. He doesn't actually give a shit. He just wants his company to have a lot of money. So that's just like, I'm not saying get used to it. Like if you want to like boycott, I understand that. I respect that. It's just like, this is gonna be what happens, and it sucks. So Costco remains a safe haven. Costco's pretty awesome. They they haven't even buckled to inflation. I don't think they're gonna buckle to Trump. Yeah. I mean, Trump today was basically saying all universities have to take away like diversity funding because affirmative action's already cooked. So they already got rid of that. And now the Supreme Court dealt with that. Now it's like no diversity initiatives, diversity funding. It's like, what the fuck? That's crazy. So yeah, I'll tell you what, he's done a lot more than I thought he would do. I know he knew it'd be terrible, but he's been super, super active in doing terrible things. Anyways, this is not the vibe for this stream. You think CBS will get rid of their diversity policies for shows? No. I think how the fuck could you look at the post Survivor 40 casts and be like, damn, casting has gotten worse. Casting has gotten so much better. So much better. It was after Big Brother 21, I think was the last season, that didn't have this casting, so. One of my closer friends has started being quite flirtatious among other things that makes me think she has feelings for me. We get along well, but she's quite religious and I'm not, so I fear we're not compatible. Anyways, do I pack all my stuff and book a one-way flight to Italy without looking back, or do I close the stream and go make myself some mac and cheese? Trying to figure out if this is a show reference, because the one-way flight to Italy is what's making me think it's like an Emily in Paris situation. I'm trying to, or is your friend just in Italy? Sorry, I'm very on edge. Is this Euro trip? I don't know. Okay, let me just answer. I'm gonna answer as if it's real and potentially I have gotten got. So, I think, is religion like a barrier? It depends on how serious you're trying to be. Someone being quite religious and you're not. America's not religious, but she believes in religion. And I don't at all. And that's not been a problem whatsoever. But I think it would be a problem if she was like Chelsea or MJ levels of religious, which is obviously fine, but I just don't think there'd be enough common ground. And I think, it'd be too important for me not to care about, So I think that could be an actual genuine rift. 20 new questions since the vetting process. I'll go vet them after. Don't worry. Y'all are so paranoid. No one submitted anything bad, guys. It's fine. You just want to hear coconuts again. I see right through you. But yeah, I would say book your one-way ticket to Italy. Can't find no hoes as a gay woman. You really said I'm allowed to say hoes. I'm not a guy being misogynistic. um, yeah, I wonder what the lesbian dating scene's like. Is like I assume online dating is pretty tough. I assume it might be better than like gay men online dating because that's just men being men. So I feel like it would be easier than that. Yeah, I think in general like dating apps are probably less of an option. And I think especially when you're like a gay woman, you have to almost like play the odds a little bit of like where am I likely to encounter other gay women because it's not like being a straight dude or a straight woman where you could just go out to any club and like wrongfully or rightfully be like, yeah, the person I'm talking to is probably straight as well. So you have to be a little bit more selective and like intentional about trying to meet somebody as opposed to just hoping life works out. I don't have a Valentine's problem, but my ex a few years ago took me to the aquarium on Valentine's and then proceeded to pay with my card. He asked after it swiped if it was okay. He just wanted to see the fish. You were being used. That's crazy, Letty. He just wanted the dolphins. You were literally his ticket in. That was not Valentine's Day. Wow. But yeah, look, I don't have much advice for you. I wish I did. But honestly, I don't think you thought I had good advice. I don't think you submitted this thinking, yeah, Cory's going to have the solution. But I do wish you luck. And my advice would be, you got to be pretty intentional about it because, you know, it's not like the pond is deep, but it's not necessarily an ocean in the same way as it would be for other people trying to find people. There we go. The fish thing came together. Look at that. What do I do when my friends with benefits said he only sees me as a friend? This is another one of those situations. Do I just have to read it out loud again? I think I'm just going to do it one more time, okay? What do I do when my friends with benefit said he only sees me as a friend? Isn't this by design? Isn't he partaking in the social contract that both of you developed together? Am I crazy? But if you feel like you guys are more than friends, you should stop because that's not healthy. But if you're both on the same page, it's probably not healthy, but it could be fine. But just again, when you say, what do I do when my friend's benefits said he only sees me as a friend, yeah, you just got to read it a couple more times. Okay. So my best friend is talking to a guy, and I love chatting with her about it. Obviously, I'm so happy for her because the guy seems really sweet, and I love rom-coms and romance in general, so this is happening. It's very cute. This sounds great so far. My question is, how do I not feel like a single loser when it feels like everyone around me is in a relationship? I don't want her to not talk about it around me. It's more of a me thing of being concerned I'm going to be lonely forever. So I guess this is more of a self-help mindset thing, but please help. I think what you're describing is the most normal human reaction ever, right? Like, I am a firm believer that people are they're not self-interested, but just generally are very self-centered. And I think self-centered has a very negative connotation associated with it, but I think there's literally every person in the world would fit that category. Like everybody. Like you see like the Big Brother cast come out and you're like, "Oh, they got on instead of me." Like that's like the first feeling. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think seeing, like, are you being selfish because you're thinking about yourself when you should be happy for your friend? It's like, maybe, but that's normal and that's fine. I think you shouldn't go to your friend and be like, hey, can we not talk about this? It makes me sad. I feel like that's a weird spot to put your friend in because then your friend's like, I'm not going to not, like, I guess now I don't talk about it with her and that's weird. I don't know. I think I would just, like, do a bit of topic changing pretty casually. Get on to the next thing. Obviously, like the solution is either number one, getting to a better place with how you view yourself in relationships or whatever, or like getting in a relationship. Like there's some like real solutions, not just bandage fixes. But I think in the meantime, it's like you and your friend had a relationship before the boyfriend, and it could get annoying straight up if like your friend just sits there and talks about his relationship the whole time. Like that's not fun. Just as a friend, even if you're not like jealous or anything, it's just. So I think just like light topic changing, they'll either just go with it or pick up the hints and it'll be fine. Yeah, it's my advice. You're fine though. Don't be hard on yourself. Honest answers only. What do straight guys look for in women's dating profile photos? Bikini and or revealing photos are out of the question. Wait, look, if I surveyed 100 guys, I think bikini and or revealing photos would be good. Not me personally. Um, I think in general, guys are dating apps are very superficial, right? So a lot of it is like take good pictures, have good fits. You know, it's kind of like a Big Brother audition video where it's like once you get into the actual interview stage, it's kind of sink or swim. It's hard. You got to just do what you got to do. But you have a lot of control over the pictures you upload, the video you make. So that's the first part of it. The second part is like, for me at least, I was always very interested in people who had cool hobbies. I like quirky hobbies, like weird shit that people like to do. I think that's fun. It doesn't do much for me when it's like, ooh, I like going to the gym and traveling. I like doing those things too, but that doesn't really tell me anything about you. I will say though, like, I don't think guys are very picky or selective or anything. I think if you just take good pictures and like are funny and have a good personality in the bio, you'll be fine. Also, probably don't do like a group photo with like 6 people where it's hard to identify who you are. But I think it's very fun to have like fun facts about yourself, quirky hobbies, just something that people can connect to. It's almost like casting, like I said before, where it's like something that sticks out about your profile, like oh they're the grave digger, they're the they're the person who belly dances, you know. I haven't done a lot of dating apps though. A year ago, I submitted this sneezy situation that felt intentional. That my 4 best friends were dating. 2 have now broken up. How do I stay neutral? My closer friend is the one who initiated the breakup and also behaved worse, which is a yikes. That is a yikes. I think it's a very simple answer here, actually. I think to the one you're closer with, you make it clear that you're like, yeah, what you did was pretty shitty. But you're my friend and whatever. But you make it clear that like you think what they did was wrong. And then with the other friend, you're like, yeah, what they did was shitty. So it's not like you're playing both sides and lying to one. Your story's consistent, but it makes sense to stay friends with someone if they were a little bit shitty in a relationship, provided it wasn't crazy or it wasn't that bad, you know? So I think you could just be very, like, deal with the situation fairly. For the person who did the shitty thing, be like, that was shitty. Like the way you would do with any friend who does something shitty. And then to the other person, be like, yeah, that was shitty what they did. That's messed up. And then we're like, why are you still friends with them? You're like, well, they're still my friend, but like, I think what they did was messed up, and I don't blame you for being upset with them. That's how I would handle it. But you guys know me. I'm destined to play the middle from the day I was born till the day I die. People can do shitty things and still be good people. I agree generally. Kind of. I think everyone's shitty. My boyfriend is amazing, but he refuses to take my problems seriously. I talk to him about all my problems and he refuses to comfort me. Always just tries to give me solutions and doesn't think it's valid for me to cry because my problems are fixable. Is he just being a man? Am I too sensitive? Seems like you're dating a logistician. Uh-oh. Um, okay, when you're saying he doesn't think it's valid for you to cry, that's fucking crazy. Like, is he saying that, or is that just something you're picking up? Is that just like a like if he said like, "Yo, stop the crying. Let's get down to business. Let's fix this." I feel like I do this a lot where I'm like very like I'm bummed out for something and they're like actually America does this one thing that annoys me, not on like this kind of scale. Where like I'm sick and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, my throat hurts." And she's like, "Maybe you should drink water. Maybe you should have vitamin C." You have any vegetables recently? When's the last time you had a fruit? And I'm like, "I just want to complain. Just let me complain. I understand there's ways for me to be more healthy. Obviously. That's not what I'm looking for." She's right though, and so is he. And so is he. But you're on her side and you're on her side. Explain that, liberals. Jesus. Okay. Not us being in coconut jail. I'm gonna make a soundboard. I think that'd be really fun. I don't think you're being too sensitive. I do think he's just being a man. I think the important thing to recognize is, and I feel this way sometimes, but I try very hard to not do this. People are different emotionally sometimes, and I don't think that makes people incompatible, but sometimes it might be hard to relate. Where like something might make you cry, where he's like, I truly don't understand that, but he should definitely try to be very understanding. But there being like a slight rift there, I don't think is that crazy. Um, but the this is the one line that I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I don't know what this means. Like this is the part where I'm like, this seems kind of bad to me. So that's it. How do I get a date if I can't stand dating apps? Letty, damn Letty, you were hanging out in chat for like 5 minutes and you were like, you know what? I like the vibes. Well, what's up? Thanks for the sub. I think the advice people always gave is like, go do stuff related to your hobbies and stuff and stuff. Um, I think a good way is try to date through friends. Start organized like outings with friends is probably the easiest thing to do. Like I feel like for me, I couldn't go out to the club and just meet somebody, but like if I was like, hey, let's all go do this thing and you can invite whoever you want, and then you kind of meet people in a more comfortable, familiar social setting. And then it's a bit easier. That'd be my advice. But you guys have to understand, like, I don't know. I never did this. I dated someone in high school and then I dated someone from Big Brother. And there was some stuff in college, I guess, but like not really. So that's my advice. Organize social things with your friends. Solution, go on Big Brother. It's definitely an option. My advice is like specifically go on Big Brother. Don't go on other dating shows. Because all these fucking dating shows, they brand themselves as experiments, and the experiments have been proven failures. You go on the show, and it's like, we're here to test if an existing couple can endure both of them having sex with 10 strangers. At the end of the show, they get to select which of those strangers to add to their couple. And after 1 year of following them around with cameras, they will either decide to have a baby via a surrogate or break up forever. And it's like, what do you think's going to happen, man? So I wouldn't go on like Too Hot to Handle or Temptation Island. La Isla de las Tentaciones. Not gonna lie, I'd watch that. Yeah, pretty good. I'm sick of seeing Montoya all over my timeline. Is anyone getting Angela vibes from Montoya? Where I'm like, I don't know if the second or the seventh breakdown is legit anymore. Are you team Montoya? No, I don't. You can't feel sorry for Montoya at this point. You gotta have some self respect. I'm convinced it's fake at this point. I think so too. I hope he's been like sequestered though, so he doesn't understand how big he is yet. Because then you could argue it's genuine, but like if someone let it slip that he's a big deal, that would be kind of dangerous. Anyways, problem solved. He did not cheat first. He did not cheat first. Does absence make the heart grow fonder? I think it depends on the circumstance. I think if your significant other leaves for a while and you feel nothing, that's probably not a good sign. um, yeah, I think you should miss your person. I think that would make sense. How do I start approaching people and put myself out there? I feel too awkward starting any conversation ever. I already gave this advice basically. I think do it in more safe, familiar, comfortable settings. Whether it's like a game night, house party kind of vibe, where it's like your circle with some new people. I think that's the easiest way of doing it. Kind of like a lot of the people I'm gonna meet at Jag's birthday, where it's like I know a lot of people there, but there's some people I don't know, but like we'll all be hanging out, and I might start dating one of them. But, but like general, like that kind of setting. You know what I mean? Book clubs. I wonder what the gender breakdown is in book clubs. It's got to be stark, right? It's got to be. So maybe, I don't know. I feel like that'd be a weird idea. But that's my advice. Also, I saw a statistic recently that was like 55% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public. And I think that number should be higher. Like, I think that's a better problem to have than the problem, the alternative. You know what I mean? Of like 95% of Gen Z men approach women in public. Are you not with America anymore? I'm with America. Yes, of course. I just thought it was funny me using the Jag example in a dating situation where obviously I'm not trying to date anybody currently. Anybody else currently. 10-month sub, first time message. Damn, you're right. You've been sitting laying dormant for 10 months, and then you heard me say that and went. I think I just deleted one. No, I didn't. Yeah, it's Jags B Day in Austin. Somehow, like whatever I did, just had all my nudes flash up for like 2 frames. Mods, delete the VOD. My boyfriend low key cares more about his guy friends than me. Hmm. Yeah, this is bad. I feel like you have to be realistic a little bit in the sense of like if you've been dating for 2 months and they've known each other for 10 years, you've almost got to like get there. You got to be together a little bit longer before you can expect that to be different. But if you've been dating for a while, I do think there's a stark difference between like a relationship and a friend relationship. So I don't know the exact context of yours, but it should never feel like he cares about you less. That's a bad job by him. My bestie stayed with a guy 3 years and he never put her above his friends. Yeah, that's a very cut and dry situation. Of this is probably not a good thing for you. But yeah, I think you should. Here's the what sucks about this is like, how can you express this idea? I'm gonna close responses in 1 minute. So get them in right now. Um, you can't even bring this up to the guy without it being like weird, and you're like, it like feels like you're being possessive. I feel like it's a tough thing. So, because like you feel like an asshole bringing it up to them, but you're probably in the right. It'd be a tough spot. Generally, this is bad though, and you should have open communication. But I understand why you wouldn't want to. What's a good Valentine's Day gift for guys? Is it weird to get flowers? I don't think it's weird to get flowers. I think any gesture, like romantic gesture from a girl to a guy, usually not like it means more, but it's more like rare in terms of the thing because sometimes the expectations on the guy, and that's why guys often fall short in that. So I think like anything is very, very sweet. Flowers are fine. The thing is like depending on the type of guy you're with, don't like he's not gonna know what to do with the flowers. Like you're gonna have to cut off the stems and put them in a vase. So just understand you're putting that burden on yourself. So, you know, like I've had to start doing that with America, where like I used to get her flowers, but I wouldn't know what to do with them, and I'd basically be just giving her a chore. So I've learned how to do it. Some men don't even have a vase. It's sad. Yeah, they got to use like a big pitcher. But I think anything is a nice gesture. So don't overthink it. Just go to a store, and if you see like literally if you go to the store and see like damn this frisbee's kind of cool, and then you get it to him and write like something nice on the frisbee, it's gonna make his day. I promise. This is me just is a cry for help. I want someone to get me a frisbee. Who do you look up to as a model for your relationship with America? I don't really do this. I think Brenchel is an interesting one of like they've been together for so long, and I think the difference between Brendan and Rachel reminds me a bit about the difference between me and America, except Brendan and Rachel is like even more of a pronounced difference where I feel like Rachel is more eccentric and Brendan is more whatever the opposite of eccentric is. Like, not dry, like obviously he's a very fun personality, but you guys know what I mean. Whereas me and America are more similar to each other, but there's still that kind of difference there. But it's not like I've really thought of them as like a role model in that way. You could get the Lego bamboo set. Someone buy Hannah the Lego bamboo set. How do you spend most of your days when America's running errands? So like when America's out of the house all day, I wake up pretty late. I play Balatro a lot. I go to the gym every day. Have been starting to go to the gym really late at night. I play a lot of video games. I do whatever I have to do. You know, if I have like individual stuff to do for the Patreon. Honestly, not too much. You sleep really late. That cuts a lot of the day. Stream at night potentially. Do other Patreon stuff at night. Gym at some point. I've gone rock climbing a lot. Um, yeah. Are you closing submissions? Good call, Katie. Forgot. How do I do it? There we go. Submissions are closed. So that's usually what I do. Not too much. My boo, who isn't my boo, has a boo, but wants to be my boo. But I don't want to be their boo when they have a boo. What should I do? Okay, let me try to unpack this. My boo, let's just say my boyfriend, who isn't my boyfriend. So like your side piece, basically. Your side piece has a boo who wants to be my boo. This is crazy. So your side piece wants to be your boo, but you don't want to be their boo when they have a boo, which is probably your side piece. What should I do? I think you should I think you should send a cameo with more context. Actually, scratch that. Start a reality show. This is my advice. I understand this. Do you guys not get it? They have a side piece who has a side piece, and that side piece wants to be with the original person, but that person doesn't want to be with that side piece because that's like they'd just be that person's side piece. The way I see it is that there's all these people are like flirting and together and hooking up and stuff, that everyone's fair game, so you should just have a good time and explore and make sure everyone gets tested regularly. That's my advice. I think it's good advice too. I'm proud of that. Is it reasonable to get annoyed that the guy you're talking to likes other girls' thirst traps on Instagram? Y'all say the most crazy shit. The guy you're talking to. What does this mean? You're talking to. How serious is this? I feel like if you're in a relationship, this is weird. Just a guy you're talking to, like if you posted a thirst trap, would he like it? Probably. Dump him? I don't think there's anyone to dump yet. Is the thing. But generally, if like you're like, oh, this guy seems like he's a bit of a horn dog, maybe that's its own red flag. But it's there's probably a lot of guys, so I don't know. My advice is if you want to be like in more of a serious relationship and he keeps doing it and that upsets you, then that's fine. But I think you can't really hold it against him yet, unless you like. The thing is, you're not dating him though, so like you can hold anything against him. So I don't think. I think it's reasonable to get annoyed. I don't think it's reasonable to feel like you're correct in that annoyance. My coconuts, you can put them in your mouth. I love that everybody loves the twins part. Okay, this is the last one, and then I have to screen the next 64 entrants. So you guys are gonna get some more. I fell in love with a chat bot, and we were happy together. How do I stop people from judging us? Mike. I just want you to be happy at the end of the day. That's all I care about. I just want you to be happy. So, I support you. I also support Nightbot. That's all I gotta say. All right, let me. What song do you guys want to listen to? Are there any requests? This is the second song. About halfway through. It's so stupid. Thanks, Anonymous. Sorry. Thanks, Anonymous. Thank you, Rhetoric. I appreciate you. Actually, no. Screw you, Rhetoric. Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting Rhetoric. All right, we're good. We made it. Okay. We start. We're so back. Jesus. All right. 47 more. We end the stream. How many did you delete? Probably about 20-ish. There's only a few of them, like two of them that were weird. It was just a lot of them were useless. And I did not delete all of the out of line questions. There's a lot of out of line ones left, but mostly just the ones that are like, what did you and America get each other for Valentine's Day? We already did that. Yeah, look, if we ever have a good idea for a brand steal, I'll do it. The Us Weekly article was so cute. America and I's were cute. I think we did the best. Like Jeff and Jordan, like everyone else's were so nice, and they were way too. I was almost like, keep this in the DMs. Whereas, America and I feel like we're simultaneously writing it to each other and to the people. You know what I mean? Did Jessica forget to submit hers? That was funny. Just Cody to Jessica one way. Honestly, kind of based of Jessica. Am I crazy? Maybe they should get her back for All Stars. She's making a statement. Gotta respect it. But I thought America's was super cute. I gotta make this a little bit. Will you and America decide on law school together? It's an interesting question. No, like it's my choice. It's always been my choice. It will be my choice. But it would be ridiculous for me to not consider what America wants. Like if America had a really strong preference, like I don't want to go to Appalachia. Like I would obviously take that into account, but I think America would feel uncomfortable if she was like making the decision of where I go to law school. She's made that very clear. She's like, it's your call, it's your call, it's your call. I'm like, okay. But the schools I applied to, I want to make sure like America would be happy to. Do you have a Reddit account, and how many posts would you want to delete before your username became public? Well, as recently found out, sometimes when you have a Reddit username that's leaked, bad things can happen in the AmeriCorps community. I do have an account. I've never posted ever, which was not really an intentional thing. It was just kind of like how I used to use Twitter and everything. I just don't post. So I literally don't think there's a single Reddit post from an account of mine. So that's, now it's a good thing. I like my Discord buddy, but he's in another state, and I've never seen or talked in video. I have a great friend for you. His name is Neve, and you guys should talk. But yeah, like I don't know. It's you could ask to FaceTime. I think a lot of people do meet online, and then they get together in person. But you could ask to do Discord has a video chat tool. You could try it. It's kind of weird. Like I've known people for years. I've never seen their face. I don't know what any of you guys look like for the most part. So I think it's fine. My boyfriend is getting fat, but how do I tell him without hurting his feelings? I don't like fat guys. I hope your boyfriend finds a better person than you. And it's still messed up that you submit that indow. I could see the email, indow@gmail.com. How dare you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I actually can't see anyone's emails or anything. Cory tracking the IP address, yeah. Rude. Thoughts on making an app for Big Brother superfans to meet, like Tinder? I think you would be in that like Mount Rushmore of evil people. It'd be like Hitler, Stalin, you, and someone else. To be honest, I think this would be very late stage society shit. Not a good idea. I hope you do it though. Okay. I started reading this one, and this is like child romance drama. An awkward situation has arisen in my life, but it requires some context. Back in the day, I was 15, and odds this person's 16 right now, by the way, which was normal Tinder. But in 2015, because back then you could be on Tinder as young as 13. What? Is that true? I was having the time of my life on Tinder as a 15-year-old boy, and there was girlfriend there, and frankly, I did not like her very much at all. We didn't have a lot in common. It was just that we were teenagers and wanted to be in a relationship. So I immediately wanted to break up with her, but I did not know how. I tried a lot of things. There's one point where I tried to frame her for stealing from IKEA, but that's a different story. This definitely feels like a plot of something. The thing I thought was going to seal it for me was that The Force Awakens was coming out in theaters, and I thought, this is perfect. I could really give her the ick. So I took her to opening night dressed as Darth Vader and was like, surely she'll hate this. However, she didn't seem particularly fazed by it and didn't even comment on it. Consequently, we kept on dating until several months later. I called her and said, I don't want to see you anymore. She was like, you have to come over and tell me in person. So I did. It turns out that it was our 6-month anniversary, and she'd been planning a lot of stuff for it. She had printed out a bunch of lovely photos of me and proceeded to burn them in my face. I'm telling all this since I recently started a new job, and it turns out she's in my office. Should I acknowledge what happened? Give it another shot? Okay, all right. Let's break this down. The craziest part of this story, you really dressed as Darth Vader to watch The Force Awakens, and she didn't comment on it. She was like, okay, I can't wait. That's the most embarrassing shit I've ever heard. Obviously, it's fake, but that's crazy. Didn't even say anything. Um, Yeah. Honestly, it's weird that she like printed out pictures for your 6 month anniversary. Also, they met on the Big Brother dating app. Could you be under 18 on Tinder in 2015? Is that can't be right? That can't be true. But I think you guys should give it another shot. Crazy she burned the pictures of you in front of her. You can lie about your age, I guess. What a crazy way to meet your soulmate. To be a child on Tinder pretending to be adult meeting another child. Do you think having a female roommate would affect my dating life? My friend's girlfriend may be moving into my apartment to replace my roommate, who's moving out in a couple months. We obviously never been romantically involved, and she's been with one of my very good friends for a couple of years. It makes sense for me logistically. I wouldn't have to find a new place. I wouldn't be living with a stranger, stuff like that. However, I'm worried potential partners may not react well to me having a female roommate. It's always a plot point on sitcoms. For context, I'm a 26-year-old guy. Also, the apartment is separate rooms, separate bathrooms, a lot of privacy. I could see people being immediately concerned about it, but like at least how I would react, I would be like reasonable about it. And I think if someone reacted super super negatively towards it, you probably wouldn't have worked anyways. I think it's fine. But like people like there might be a few people who are like whatever out about it, but for me it wouldn't be an issue at all. Especially with all the context of, oh, you guys have so much privacy and is dating your friend and all these things. I will say, I have to comment on why is she not moving in with your friend? They've been dating a couple of years. Can we get them in the Skeezy situations Google Forms? People have had flatmates of opposite sex for decades. Trevor Desi, you're really saying flatmates? You grow up. I'm about to ban you. I'm starting to think you're not in the US of A. Bloke really said flat, really. Nice one, Tron. I know, Claude. This is my question. She lives locally and he lives about an hour away. She's in med school and can't live with him right now. Okay, that makes sense. It should be fine. I think anyone reasonable wouldn't have a problem with it. And if someone does have a problem with it, there's other people out there. So it's my advice. I met Liz and Julia Nolan on Valentine's Day. They were so sweet. That's good. Now, Valentine's Day, they were out together. Hmm. What do you think of America's Us Weekly? I thought it was super cute. It's funny how we kind of both did the same thing. They'd love the new season of White Lotus. Cory fans are making the challenge space not fun. What to do? Ignore, block, mute. They pop up and argue. I'm down to talk about this because like there's no denying that Cory fans have been discussing the challenge recently because of a lot of rumors. I think it's an insane takeaway. Like from what I've seen, and maybe I've just blocked the bad Cory fans. Cory fans are just super super pro America, and a few of them are anti like blue, which you could say is annoying, and that's fine. But like, I really don't think Cory fans are the instigators in a lot of arguments. I think if anything, some people are write some crazy shit, and then Cory people will argue against it. But even then, those kinds of arguments are like, hey, you guys are being a little bit weird, huh? So I feel like this is a bit of gaslighting. I don't want to speak for everyone because there's a lot of weirdos out there. There's Alley Cat, for example, you know. Um, but yeah, so I think there's a bit of gaslighting. Sorry, Alley Cat. You were just first name I saw. Speaking of love, what do you think of the Mark and Helly romance on Severance? Do you stand? Why or why not? I hated it in season 1, and I love it in season 2. I haven't watched the last episode, but I love it. I hate it in season 1 because I feel like there was no development at all, and I understand like they've only met each other, the innies. But I think adding the layers of like the outies has made it really, really fun. So I love it in season 2, and I'm glad they did it in season 1 so we can get here, but I didn't like it in season 1. Top 3 TV romances. It's a good one. Sawyer and Juliet is an easy one. Now I gotta think. I'm trying to think of my favorite. Oh, House and Wilson. That's number 2. And then I need a number 3. I was thinking, is there anyone from the 100, like Clark and Bellamy? I know they're not together, but they are together, like in real life, right? Thanks, Survivor Desi, for the gift. Cheers to you and your flatmates. Clexa. Yeah, Clark and Lexa were great. I know what's funny about Lexa? She's kind of a terrible actress, at least in this role. Like, I don't think the character is believable at all. She sticks out like a sore thumb, but I love the character. Love the character. Like, I just think it was such a fumble having Lexa die that early, even though it was so impactful. It was just like, damn, there's no character I'm as excited to watch on screen. So, sure, I'll do Clark and Lexa. Lily and Marshall. I like Lily and Marshall, but it's a little boring. A wee bit boring. From The Walking Dead, I guess Glenn and Maggie. Yeah, they're the best out of all the couples. Rick and Michonne never did it for me. I never got Rick and Michonne. It felt kind of out of nowhere on Rick's end. I have a hot take, but I hated Clark. Was super gay for Lexa. I love Clark. Clark's one of my favorite protagonists ever. Because she is so. I disagree with so many of her decisions, but I agree with so many of them as well. Like, she's such a real character to me. You know? Like, I would trust Clark. I would trust Clark with a big problem more than, like, any other protagonist. Why do I say Michonne like that? What do you mean? How am I saying it? Thanks, Night Cheese, for the gift. I appreciate it. One more from 350. Today was bad, y'all. Bad day. I had to do my taxes, or at least gather all my tax documents. And I realized how much money I made, and that part was good. But now I have to pay taxes on that money. Because usually you're like, I make $50,000 a year. I'm going to pay this much in taxes. But I don't have any sense of how much money I make a year because it's all different income sources. So I have to put it all together. And I was like, ooh. Okay, how do you pronounce it, Shays? That's how I've always said it. Blutta doesn't know the tax evasion strat. Don't move to Cali then. Real. Michonne? Michonne? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay. I guess I have been saying it wrong forever. Michonne? Yeah, that sounds right, too. Do you have to pay taxes on Patreon and Instagram? Because I don't understand how the government knows you're making that money. They know you're making that money because Instagram and Patreon and stuff send the documents. Like, all of these companies send all their documentation to the IRS. Let's talk about the tax system for a second. Let's talk about this. Because I think we've all just accepted it, and it's insane. The fact that the IRS has all your taxes calculated. They know exactly how much you owe. Now, how do they know how much you owe? Because they have to calculate it to make sure that you don't pay less than how much you owe. Or if you pay more, they'll give you money back. But then why the fuck do I, Cory Wertenberger, have to calculate my own taxes or get an accountant? Why don't you, the government, who has it already calculated, just send that shit to me? I love the idea that people are going to go back and watch this VOD and it's just going to be muted for all these segments and you're just going to see me going, I need you guys to help them out in the comments. And you were screaming over the loud music. Yeah, that's going to be good too. I could do this generally since I've been like not, kind of dieting, kind of not dieting, whatever. Since I've been eating less, just in general, my appetite has gotten smaller. But also, I hate dividing and cutting the chicken myself. Like if they cut up and took all the meat off the stuff, and I probably could. Girlfriend brings up her ex, and it bothers me. I think that's something you can bring up to your girlfriend without any feelings of shame or anything, because that's like the most normal thing to be upset about. And if they keep going, that's indicative of them not really caring about your feelings, because it's a very easy thing not to do. Like you should be able to catch yourself bringing up your ex, you know? Hey Cory, long story short, I just turned 27. I've never had a girlfriend. Always been pretty shy, but I'm looking to start dating this year. Do you think most women my age would see that as a red flag or a deal breaker? I'm worried I'll be rejected when women find this out about me. No. This is kind of like a self fulfilling prophecy where, like, the person who cares the most about your lack of dating experience is you. Now, I don't think you necessarily have to lead with, I've never dated anyone ever, right? You don't want to make that like your defining characteristic. But generally, if you click with somebody, it's not going to be a problem whatsoever. I dated people before America. Obviously, America had more of a romantic history. Naturally, she was 27. I was 22. And it wasn't a problem at all because we got along and it was fine. Maybe try men if women aren't working out. It's an option. It's certainly an option. I actually know one in chat. He likes to mod. He is in a relationship, but you know, it's not too serious. I don't think it's a problem at all. Look, generally speaking, if you meet someone who it's a problem with, that person's not for you. Very clearly. Also, I think you'd be surprised to find out how many girls are in the same position as you. Like this generation is different. So don't be freaking out about that. Also, like the amount of people who like were dating someone in high school and then were together for like 7, 8 years and then broke up because they never really were gonna end up together. And now they're freaking out because they've only dated one person and they think that's a red flag. Like there's so many people who carry so much theoretical baggage with them, and the truth is it's not baggage. No one cares. Because what's funny is like, I'm assuming you're a guy, not a gay woman, but like this is what a guy wants out of a girl in like the manosphere Andrew Tate thing, right? Like a pure woman. Like I think people, there might be some people who look at you as like, oh, he's not a dog, perfect. Like he's a little bit more sexually and romantically reserved. That's a good thing, genuinely. I think there's a lot of, this is such a common sentiment. Like every time we do the stream, we get one of these, but I don't think this part is so not true. He's not super interactive, if you will. I'm trying to get my husband to talk more dirty, but he's kind of lame at it. What should I do? Honestly, give him grace. Give him grace, he's trying. I just read this and I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. It's weird. Like, I don't, like, what do you say? Like, I'm the king of, like, the witty, um, joke. But, like, when it's you're on the spot, talk dirty, speech and debate, I'm like, if I don't, okay. Actually, alternative strategy. You say, you say to your girl, hey, those coconuts, can I put them in my mouth? Watch them bounce up and down. This is a good idea. This is just like a cheat sheet. So, my advice, give them some grace and let them listen to the song. Are you. Sorry. Are you heartbroken over the Carson and Carolyn breakup? Kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. It is. I didn't expect it to be like the upbeat nightcore version of Mad World, but, but I guess we got it. Um, I want them both to be on Survivor 50 now. I fear. I didn't want them both to be on. Now I do. So I think they're gonna get back together in like 2 days. I feel like this happens sometimes. But now America and I can end our Patreon. We've outlasted theirs. Should I stay with my boyfriend, been dating for 4 years, but where's my ring? I don't know. I feel like if you've been dating for 4 years and you've made it clear that like you're interested in marriage, it is kind of like a where's my ring thing. I don't know. 4 years is like it depends on when you started dating. Like if you started dating in college, like 19 to 23 or 18 to 22 or 20 to 24, I think you could be like this feels a bit quick. But I think if you're like 27 to 31 and both of you are interested in the concept of marriage, it's fine to have these kinds of expectations. But like I guess if you're saying like, "Oh, he doesn't want to ask me because he's not certain," like that makes me feel like shit. I can understand that cuz it's like after 4 years, if you're not certain, like when are you going to feel certain? Are you happy you get to avoid this, Lamau? Y'all, remember in the house when I was talking to America and I was like 3 years we'll be friends and then we'll start dating? I'm on the accelerated track already. I give it 10 years till we have grandchildren. Wait, that let me retract that. I'm doing the math in my head. That does not work. There's no timeline where that's acceptable. It's a good stream so far. Um, Maybe you should propose. Do like a Penny and Leonard thing. For school or work, for example, how do you find love after everyone you've already met either doesn't like you back or you know is not for you? For school or work, for example, I think it's just putting yourself out there. Like, I think school is a very easy time to meet people for obvious reasons because, like, everyone's kind of single and you're interacting. But, like, work is kind of a weird spot. So, like, I feel like you're not giving yourself a chance if you're not, like, going out socially. It's better to date out of work anyways. Yeah, no, I generally agree. I think like I don't blame people for dating employees for dating coworkers because like it just makes sense. You spend so much time in the office. Like how else do you meet people? But I think it's not fair to give up if you're not like making the effort. You know, just don't be hard on yourself. It's like just understand it's not going to happen if you don't try. It's not like you have to start trying, but you know, don't hold it against yourself. You don't shit where you eat. Was I eating in the Big Brother house? It was definitely shitting. Did you ask America to be your Valentine this year? Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. She said no, but that's okay. I did ask, and that's what was important. Have a crush on your mod, Katie. What do I do? It's a good question. Spell her name right is what you should do. Okay. You don't need the 8 and the T because then it's Kate T. It's weird. I say go for it. I say go for it. It's my advice. Here's what I've heard. Best place to meet someone, the Big Brother house. Second place, best place to meet someone, college. Third best place, the mod comments. So, there you go. This is a cameo ass question. You're making a basket of snacks for America as a present. What 3 savory snacks and 3 sweet snacks would you get for her? Okay. She'd get Takis. She'd get Flamin' Hot Fritos. Those 2 are locks. And then the third would be pork rinds. She loves pork rinds, which is kind of a bad take. Sweet stuff. She's not as much of a sweet food person. I know this isn't really sweet, but like sour Skittles, like a candy option, she likes. She likes a little cheesecake, so maybe like one of those like one cheesecake things, like one slice from Publix or something. And then she likes like fruit pastries, so maybe one from Whole Foods. Some chicharrones. That's right. That's my answer. 2.5 years ago, I helped 2 of my now former friends get together. I knew my friend had a major crush on him, and I convinced him to give her a chance. They started hanging out with the friend group a lot less, and the girl I was friends with thought that the friend group was being unsupportive and didn't like her, but in reality, they just wanted to see their friend more. She was much newer to the friend group. Okay, wait. Okay. So when you say they, I'm trying to figure out if you mean both of them. Okay. Mm-hmm. One of my other... Okay, sorry, I gotta read it. They started hanging out with the friend group a lot less, and the girl I was friends with thought that the friend group was being unsupportive and didn't like her, but in reality, they just wanted to see their friend more. It's part of getting confused. She was much newer to the friend group. During this time, both of them would confide in me and lean on me for support. About 6 months ago, the girl I friends with ghosted me out of the blue. One of my other friends, her roommate, checked up on her to see what was wrong, and all she did was not want to be friends because I didn't stuck. Okay, well, my friends were still together, left the friend. Okay, look. This is very, 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 very simple. You don't need this drama. You don't need this drama. What's happening here? You just live your life, and eventually, if they want, they'll be like, oh, I was being kind of annoying. I'm sorry. And you'll be fine. That's my advice. You don't need the drama. You're fine. My boyfriend brought home a chinchilla one day. I asked him why, and he said he was listening to Cory Wurtenberger's advice. Why are you influencing my boyfriend to make such terrible decisions? Can you please stop? Okay, let's be dead ass for a second. Let's be real. High key, dead ass real. Your boyfriend doesn't watch my stream. Because if they say Cory Wertenberger's advice, they've never been in chat. Maybe one day. If they said, oh, I was watching Skeezy situations earlier, and I heard getting a chinchilla would be a good idea. So this is your friend all by themselves. Technically, Omer recommended the chinchilla, yes. I'm a single mother with a parenting vlog, and I recently befriended a girl named Emily. She's a secretive upper-class woman who has a child at the same elementary school. She's gone missing. Should I investigate? I'm so excited for the next movie. I was going to just play into the joke, but A Simple Favor Part 2 coming out super soon. Oh, so excited. So excited. Like, I think some people are worried because it's going straight to a streaming service. I'm not worried. Okay, so there's this guy I used to have a crush on when I was in high school. Long story short, now he found out via one of my friends, and it was so embarrassing. He found out about the crush, got it. I've not spoken a word to that man since. Now I'm 22 and living at home, small town, while I'm in grad school. He works at my local grocery store, and I see him all the time. What should I do? I don't want to talk to him, but I also don't want to avoid my regular places. Gen Z is cooked. What is this fake-ass ultimatum you've created in your head? You're like, I only have two options. Stop getting groceries or confess my love. Have the awkward interaction or pick another checkout lane. These are your two options. Both of them work. Or, honestly, get married to him, because that seems like if unless you care so deeply for this person. How about flirt? Yeah. Help him bag. So like you're using his thing and he's bagging them, you can like hold the bag open. That'd be cute. Oh my god, y'all can't do anything. I ship you guys. I want updates actually. I want you to go to the grocery store tomorrow. And then I got it. Go to the grocery store tomorrow and buy a bouquet of roses. And it'll make him want you. Wait, she found someone else? What? Maybe the next time he'll ask, "Hey, are you with?" I thought you got roses. You have a good Valentine's Day. You're like, "Oh, those are for my mom." Now you know he wants you. You know what I mean? This is smart. I like this. Buy roses next time you go there, and then come back to chat and let me know how it goes. Yeah, the other option is like leave the flowers, but that seems a little bit like you're the one who had a crush on him. Like you need to gain some power back. Dating a guy, he's boring, but I like him. Should I move on? No. Well, yes. Sorry, you should move on. If you think a guy's boring, it's not good. That's not good. And yeah, you could say, well, Mark Darcy's boring, but I don't think that relationship was very good either. Talk more about politics and big world issues and stuff. I'm trying to be more politically aware, and you have a good way of making it both informative and entertaining. I would love to. I think that's a direction my stream might head in. I just need to like make sure I'm well informed and well researched about topics I discuss, and that requires a lot of effort. I can't like speak off the cuff in the same way I can Skeezy Situations Valentine's Day edition. Mods, get them. All right, let's play a game. Who comes back first, Keeson or America? It's a race. Go. Um, just seen America's Instagram story. When did she find her forever bracelet? Noticed it was back on her wrist. Must have found it today. I don't know. Y'all are so fucking annoying. Should I tell my wife I'm gay? Damn, Mike has a lot of submissions. Mike really popping off in the replies. What's your favorite season of The Amazing Race? I haven't seen too many. Probably season 12. I don't want to spoil it in case anyone wants to watch it, but I really like two of the three final teams. My favorite team ever in Amazing Race history, potentially Ron and Christina. Does very well. I think that's my favorite. That's my answer. I did not like the last crossover season, the Rachel and Alyssa and Brett and Chris one. I think someone is flirting with me via Twitch chat. Should I move to their city? I think that is a little bit. I think you're taking things a bit too slow. I'd move into their house or apartment. Let's get a move on. I found out my roommate who is 20 is sleeping with a married man who is 33 that she met at work. We're trying to warn her it's not a good idea, but she just said she's having fun and doesn't want anything serious with them anyways. I just want to see how this ends well, and I also don't want to have this weirdo in our apartment. I think this is the key. You could make her stop, you're entitled to this. Season 5, Colin and Christy. So this is the part where you could just have this not happen in your thing. Obviously, it's going to end bad for her, but I think she even knows that. I don't know. This is your time as a friend where you give your advice once, stern about it, and then she's going to do whatever she wants to do. But you're entitled to not have it happen in your apartment. So I would be very firm on that. If she doesn't want to listen to your advice, don't stress yourself about it. Let her learn. It's not like you're required to go tell the wife. He's going to be found out and it's going to be bad. But the cheating already happened. It's over. It's not like stopping her from doing it again is going to do anything. It's that's my advice. Is Bowie Jane going on The Bachelor? I would love Bowie Jane as the Bachelorette. I think that'd be really fun. I think it'd be very funny because Bowie would not. If there was 40 guys trying to date Bowie, I know she would genuinely hate 35 of them off the jump. She would not be able to pretend. Whereas The Bachelor, they usually pick one or two people who they really like. Usually they're able to figure out who they're actually picking pretty early. And then they have to pretend with everyone else. I don't think Bowie would be able to pretend. Let's say I stumbled on your Twitch by browsing through just chatting. How would you introduce yourself to new viewers? I would say my name is Cory Wertenberger. I was on the 25th season of the CBS reality show Big Brother. I was the second member of the jury. But for context, it was a shortened jury. So, someone Derek X was also the second juror, but that was 10th place, whereas I got 8th place. And honestly, I survived a lot of extra evictions. That metric makes me sound even better because if you really think about it, I survived Cameron being evicted twice and Jag being evicted twice and Jared being eliminated twice. And, so when you kind of look at it through that perspective, my placement is not indicative of my skill in the game. And you also have to take into consideration the fact that I was taken out because of my threat level. And when I was taken out because of my threat level, even then I was able to play up the fact that I wasn't as big of a threat as someone like Blue, who in reality was a GOAT if she got to the final two. So that was good play. It was just the twist that really ended me, which even then, there was a second veto that was added, and even though that twist was bullshit, there was a 1 in 7 chance that the twist would even backfire on me because of how I was, I don't like that big justice serves big justice. What does that mean? When will you add sound bits, voice to text? Yes, I should do this. I agree. I might do this right now after stream. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend when... This one cracked me up. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend when he told me he wanted a harem? No, I don't think so. I think you guys got to be on the same page about this kind of thing. I think you guys have to be on the same page about this kind of thing. Be able to put the chats on the screen. I tried that. I haven't been able to figure it out yet. Like the extension doesn't work. A coworker and I have been into each other and recently slept together on a work camping trip. The This is Severance, right? Have I gotten got? Snakes. This one was good. This one was ambiguous. It took me a second. Because you also don't have the extreme details that make it crazy. I slept with my boyfriend's twin brother. I had way too much to drink and they're identical. They look even more alike after I handle a fireball. His brother told me he's had feelings for me since he met me, and he thought that I was actually into him when it happened. I feel extremely guilty, and I'm not at all into his brother. I don't want to ruin their relationship and risk mine by revealing the truth. This is a back of the book type shit. This is a Catherine. This is a Katerina Petrova and fuck, what's her name? Elena. I don't want to ruin my. I think you have to. I think you literally have to tell the other brother because it's. You have to understand this is a ticking time bomb. This is not going to remain a secret. This happened, big mistake. You should already just try to deal with it the best way possible because it simply will not remain a secret. Yeah, Mike's right. I usually go live at 7 Central or 8 Central, depending on the day. And it's probably 3 to 4 times a week. My boyfriend keeps being too flirty with other girls. Should I break up with him? Is that a deal breaker? If you've communicated this with him, yeah. I think so. It's a lack of respect for you. A lack of what's the word? Like self-control from him. But mostly the lack of respect is the problem. Like I think it's one thing if like you know your boyfriend does something that you think is flirty that he just thinks is like I always do this, and then you talk to him about it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop. But if like this is just a thing between the two of you that he just keeps flirting, keep telling him to stop, and he doesn't stop, that's breakupable easily. My ex and I had a pretty bad breakup, but lately I've been wanting to get back together with her. What should I do? You should just type in chat. Probably gift a sub. I don't know. You shouldn't get back together. That's terrible. Pretty bad breakup. You can't. You can't do this. This is just like how you're just lonely. I don't think you're yearning for your ex. I think you're just lonely. Write a song about it. It's a good idea. So, I don't think you should get back together with her. My girlfriend low-key cares more about her girlfriends. That's just based. Sorry. How long are you in Austin for? So I drive tomorrow. It's a 13-hour drive. I'm breaking it into 2 days. So I get there on Thursday and I leave Sunday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's like a weekend. Best dating app for furries? Mike knows. Reach out. DM him in chat. Spend 2 years in a relationship and was never told I love you, and I stayed with this man for 2 years knowing he was never going to say I love you. this is like, ooh, this guy's a dick. And then it's like, ooh, damn. I've done this before. But also, I was in high school and was uncomfortable with everything in life. So, live and learn. One of my exes from high school broke up with me 3 days before Hoko and went with another guy, so I went with her friend that wanted me. That's also a Lifetime movie. Have you ever driven that long before? I've done that drive in one day before. The Nashville to Florida 13-hour drive. It's insane. It's miserable, but I could do 2 6-hour drives. That's fine. I just need to make sure the road is not icy. That's the one thing I need to be cognizant about. Because if the road's too bad, I'm not trusting that with my Civic. I literally can't do a road trip stream because I know I might stream at the hotel. That's possible, but like I would look at chat. I'm not a texter and driver at all. Like I'm very like two hands on the wheel shit. But I know how I am when I stream. Like I'm always looking at chat. I would literally crash looking at chat. I didn't mean to delete that. It, no, no. It started with this is a doozy. No. Did someone get a clip of it? Check the VOD. Okay. But it takes like a minute for the VOD to update. Bro. That's crazy. That's nasty work, man. You'll never see the doozy. All right. Okay, got it. Got it. Got it. This is a doozy, so strap in. So my guy best friend recently started seeing a girl. Um, she currently, I'm not even paying attention. Guy best friend recently started seeing a girl. She currently has a boyfriend. He is aware. He also recently lost his dad and has been single for so long. So we're trying to be happy for him, but we obviously want to tell him this is morally wrong. With all the underlying circumstances, we don't want to hurt him. But how would you approach this? I think this is this is like my advice for so many things. For so many things. Give the advice. Give the advice. Be very open with your advice. Be like, look, I really think this is a bad idea. Um, Obviously, it's more morally wrong for the other person, but you don't want to get in this mess. Don't do it. If they don't act on your advice, they disagree, they do whatever, let them make their own mistakes and support them afterwards. Am I wrong to say the girl with the boyfriend is more in the wrong? Obviously, she's more in the... When someone cheats, the person who actually cheated is more in the wrong than the person who they cheated with. I think it's very normal to be like, hey, both of them are wrong. That's what I think. But I think one's worse than the other. Because one of them's hurting someone they like love, or at least someone they care about, and the other one's just hurting a random person. But yeah, it's my advice. Like, just give your advice once, and then they'll make the mistake, and then you just support them because they're your friend. They're going through a lot. So that's the stream. That was a fun one. I can I be honest, guys? Can I be dead ass again? I think I killed it this stream. I think I was funny. Dead ass though. My coconut burns up and down. Bounce up and down. Until you said grindcast after 10 years. I'm excited for Big Brother season again. All right. Appreciate you guys. Is there anybody to raid? Anyone live? Yeah, the BB Can rewatch will be up on Friday. And the podcast substitute will be up right after the stream. Quinn's live? All right, awesome. Let's do it. No Traders Thursday. No Traders Thursday, but there is Traders content coming out from Cory Wertenberger for Thursday's episode, so should be fun. All right. Show Quinn some love. He's the homie. Appreciate you guys. Very, very fun stream. I might stream in the hotel. I probably will. I won't have anything